First Champions League, and he gets it just minutes after coming on.
Is the international break again, and of course Chelsea is definitely going to be the topic of discourse. Chelsea made a very good addition to their attack, which is in the person of Jadon Sancho for about £25 million from Manchester United on loan with obligations to buy. And of course that's going to definitely steamroll the exit of certain players like Nkunku and Modric out of the club, if everything goes the way it is happening at the moment, because the coming in of Felix means that Felix can play as a 10, can play as an alternate 9, can play as a left winger, depends on where you want to put him. So this season is going to be a fight for positions by all the options that Chelsea has on the table. And of course there's going to still be exodus of a lot of players leaving the club between this season and next season. And with the stock of Estavo Willian coming in to this same Chelsea squad, of course it's going to be a battle for who holds down his or her position in the coming season. Won't be surprised that even Madueke, even with all his exploits this season, could be sold off next season. So nobody's shirt is setting, apart from people like Enzo Fernandez, Casado, Cole Palmer, and yes, Nicholas Jackson. As much as I'm not a fan of Nicholas Jackson, but yes, Nicholas Jackson will definitely be holding it down in the Chelsea first team shirt. But for others, they will have to fight for it. Nkunku will have to fight for his number 1 shirt. Felix will have to fight for his number 1 shirt. Neto is definitely going to battle it out between Madueke and Modric and Sancho, who is now an addition to Chelsea's attack. Anyways, it's good that we have options. The problem is you cannot satisfy all these players at the same time. Then you have the midfield, people like Kasade, Andre Santos, Ugo Chukwu. All these players are definitely going to ask question, what is their place on the long term in this Chelsea team? With the coming in of players like Viega, who can play in midfield, can play in defense, I mean, it's going to definitely put question mark on a lot of players. Anyways, aside Chelsea, Victor Osimhen has finally found a club, and yes, he has sacked his agent, which is to me one of the biggest correction to the mistake during the summer. His agent really played a role in a lot of mishaps with his transfer business this summer. He would have probably a Chelsea player or been in Saudi Arabia, although it would have been catastrophic from my point of view for a footballer that young going to Saudi Arabia to play football. Saudi Arabia should be a retirement benefit for any footballer who is done with European glory and feels that yes, he needs to go and just make that money. But I think Osimhen wants something better, and he wants to be treated as a king that he is, because yes, he's a king, a player that has been able to achieve what he has achieved as an African player in Serie A is definitely a king, and Chelsea has to actually respect his kind of person better. There are rumors that Chelsea might come back for him in the month of January. There are also rumors that probably we might go for Guy Corres. It depends on wherever Chelsea goes, but it is definitely that Chelsea will go for a top 9. My joy is that at least my Nigerian brother is definitely not going to be in the football desert for the next 4 months, where he won't be able to play any active football for the next 4 months. But anyways, I'm happy for my boy. I'm happy that yes, life has progressed. He has made the right decision for himself, and he's a happy footballer. On the other hand, we have what's his name, Nicholas Jackson. I hope, because the pressure is on. This is Chelsea. You have to be at your maximum. You can't afford to fail. Nicholas Jackson came out and was like, yeah, they missed a lot of chances. They would have preferred to convert those chances and do much better. Well, Nicholas Jackson, you have to understand that football is beyond that. You have to actually prove your worth on the pitch and earn your 3 points. And whether we like it or not, if we keep missing those chances that could earn us 3 points, is also a risk of us not making the top 4 Champions League spots in the coming season. I see a lot of Chelsea fans still criticizing Enzo Maresca. I don't see any need for it, because this is so far just a season where Chelsea should just be relaxed. Chelsea fans should just be relaxed and watch how things unfold. As far as I'm concerned, Enzo Maresca has not gotten a foot wrong, and he's not the kind of coach that just based on one style of formation. So let's see what happens in the coming season, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm seeing the pattern, I'm seeing the principles, and with time I'm seeing that the team will definitely gel and will have a definitely coordinated squad, both from defense to attack. And as far as I'm concerned, I was impressed with the last game. Like I said in my last video, Chelsea definitely gave Crystal Palace a run for their money, and of course we were solid in defense. Fofana and Colwill, their partnership are beginning to make a lot of sense, and let's hope they continue that way. Of course, players like Disasi might end up being sold in the coming summer. That's 2025. What's his name? Badiashile, if he cannot, hold on to a shirt, might end up being sold too. So Chelsea has opportunity to actually make money out of these players that Chelsea has gathered over the months. Do I buy the idea of gathering lots of players without giving them an assurance of a pathway to the first team? No. But anyways, this is Chelsea's new ownership. This is their style. This is their way of doing business, and this is their pathway of success. So let's see what comes out of it. Anyways, that's my take on Chelsea FC and the journey so far this season, 2024-2025 season. Stay blessed and we push on.